Summary of the book Awaken Your Hidden Power by Anthony Robbins. God gave it to each of us. How can we liberate it and bring out the strongest in us? The writing in the sky is waiting for happiness. It comes from the outside, but look inside you to find the fountain of happiness erupting from yourself. With layouts and steps to adopt life, and balanced steps, gradually with it at the beginning, gradually building in it with a wave with you and your world. The first part, first dreams of destiny. He was a person who felt like a failure, broke, fat, and confused, how to earn a living. He did not carry more than high school, but after 8 years, he owned a private plane. Thousands of people were waiting for him to live, and he was benefiting from it. He took us on a journey where he teaches us how a person can achieve her dreams. This is Anthony Robbins. He tells everyone dreams he wants to achieve, but some people in the crowds of life forget these dreams and get carried away behind the requirements of life, so the will to make an attempt to shape the course of life is dissipated. The book tries to make you remember that limitless power, focus on it within you, and put your dreams into practice. Everyone in this life has a special talent that God has given him, so he must do it. The question you must ask yourself is, how can I achieve instant control over my life? What can I do today so that I can change things? How do I help myself and others to improve our lives? How can I expand my capabilities and learn and develop my knowledge and share knowledge with others? The resources you need to turn your dreams into reality are within you, waiting for you to seek and exploit them, and to make valuable changes in your life that take you on the right path to success. These changes must be continuous and renewed. In order to ensure that you are going the right way, you must follow 3 simple but powerful principles. First, raise your standards, which are the standards that you require of yourself and your self-view. What do you want yourself to be? Do you ask her to be strong, effective, creative? Or what? Your soul rises as much as you want it to rise again. Change the beliefs that stand in your way. Even if you change what measures you without being fully convinced and confident that you can achieve these requirements of yourself and the possibility of your success, you will not have success, because the firm confidence in success is what drives you to work and achieve what you aspire to. Third, replace your strategy. This step comes automatically after raising your standards and having confidence and conviction in the ability to implement. Then you will find ways that facilitate your path to success. The easiest of these strategies is finding role models that have achieved success. How did you achieve this success? What was the core conviction of this role model? How was she thinking? This will increase your efficiency and save time and effort. And remember that knowledge is not everything, but the necessary action must be taken in order to turn it into an actual reality. The areas in which mastering investment makes the strongest impact on your life: emotional investment, physical investment, investing relationships, financial investment, investing time. Secondly, decisions, the way to power. You must ask yourself, what will I be in the next 10 years, God willing? Because the questions will make you search for information to feed the decisions you will make for your life. A decision is information put into action and is the driving force of your life. Everything in your life that happened and happens as a result of a decision you made. The key to the issue is what precedes all our actions. How do we make our decisions that determine our destiny? If you don't make a conscious decision about your destiny, you are leading. You made a decision that someone else controls your destiny, with or without your knowledge. Our brain has an internal system for making decisions. It controls the way we evaluate things, and this system takes its sources from parents, friends, television, and the general culture surrounding us, and it includes 5 parts, and 1 is the core of our beliefs, our automatic unconscious rules without our control. Secondly, the values of life, and thirdly, the references. Fourth, the questions we usually ask ourselves. Fifthly, our emotional state, and most of these decisions are made by the brain without people's awareness, but any change in these 5 elements will make a tangible change in our lives, and we can bypass this system by learning to make decisions consciously, without allowing the way it was programmed. Our lives in the past can affect our future by rediscovering ourselves and our values in an organized manner. And to avoid the fear of making wrong decisions, the writer advises making more decisions, because decisions are like muscles. The more time passes, the better the result, and learning from experiences. How to make better decisions in the future, and any decision you make must be committed to achieving it with sincerity and determination. Without being subject to external influences, but with flexibility, and you must have a long-term point to focus on. Thirdly, the power that shapes your life. The twin pleasure and pain that make up the destiny of man. Man avoids pain and is keen on pleasure, and pain may be our friend if we suffer by fate. Adequate from the lifestyle he lived, as they push this pain to change this pattern. Therefore, the behavior that we want to change must be linked to a strong feeling of pain, then replaced by good behavior while linking it with a great deal of pleasure. To achieve this, first, write down 4 actions you had to take, but would fail to take, such as quitting smoking, losing weight, or forgiving. Secondly, record under all of these actions the answer to the following questions. Why didn't I take the appropriate action? What pain have you associated in the past with taking this action? 3. Record all the fun, things you have enjoyed in the past as a result of being caught in this negative situation, such as eating too much, smoking, or getting revenge. 4th, record the price that you will have to pay if you do not make a change now, such as the result of not eating, and evaluate your feelings in this regard. 5th, record all the fun you will have after doing all these actions, and the positive effects you will achieve in the long run. Like the result of losing weight, quitting smoking, or being tolerant. 4th, belief systems. A force for innovation, creativity, and a force for destruction. What shapes our decisions and our lives are not the events that happen around us, but rather our convictions about what these events mean, the way we interpret them, and what they mean to us, and most of our convictions are generalizations about our past, based on our interpretations of the experiences we went through, whether painful or pleasant, and whether our interpretations are right or wrong. Contentment is a feeling of certainty and certainty about something, and it includes our convictions about people, life, money, time, and work. In order to change our behavior and our decisions that lead to this behavior, we must first change our negative convictions with positive convictions that we consciously control. So you have to ask yourself if the convictions you hold give you strength or take away power by focusing on the results resulting from your convictions. Does it push you forward or pull you back? Then use the 3 organizing principles. Raise your standards, embrace beliefs that give you strength. I am looking for effective strategies to translate beliefs into reality. 5th, can change happen immediately? Most people associate rapid changes with negative interpretations that form beliefs that prevent them from using their potential. Avon 1 believes that significant changes must take a long time, but if we want to make a strong change, it is always fast. It is not temporary. We must make a shift in our convictions, and the first conviction that we must have is, if we want to change quickly, we can. On it. The second conviction is that only we are responsible for changing ourselves and changing things around us, and no one else. 6thly, how to change any aspect of your life. The science of conditioning, neural connections. Step 1. Decide what exactly you want and what's stopping you from achieving it. The second step, he got support. I associate intense pain with not changing now, and deep dives to experiencing change. Now step 3, disrupt patterns that limit your capabilities. Step 4, create a new alternative that gives you strength. Step 5, adapt the new pattern until it becomes a habit. Step 6, test what you have accomplished. 7th, how do you achieve what you really want? First, you have to ask yourself, what do you want specifically? Why do you want this? What does this achieve for you? Your pursuit of something is actually your way of finding certain feelings, emotions, and situations that you desired. If your behavior is not the result of your abilities, it is a result of the position you are in at that moment. In order to get what you really want, you have to mentally focus on what gives you power. Focus on the place you want to reach, not on what you are afraid of, and you must know your thinking pattern, visual, auditory. Each pattern has a different way of focusing. If you change your position, your life will change, and you can change your position by changing the way you breathed, or changing your focus by deciding what you focus on, the order of things you focus on, or how you practice that focus. Instead of focusing on the worst that could happen, focus on the best that could happen. You must always be determined to succeed. With relish. I know the way to make you feel good. If you don't have a way to have fun, you will inevitably fall under the influence of pain. 8th, questions are answers. Our questions determine our thoughts. The process of thinking is the process of asking and answering questions, and the answer is always at the level of questions. The more qualitative the questions, the more qualitative the answers, and the more significant impact in our lives. Successful people are the ones who ask smart, positive questions, and therefore come up with smart, positive answers. As for the depressed, they ask frustrating questions that rob them of strength, such as why me in particular? Or, and what's the point? Thus they will receive depressing answers. The questions you ask yourself shape the understanding of each of your characters and what you are capable of doing. And what do you want to achieve? Remember that the key to success is to continue to develop your pattern of questions in a way that gives you strength. 9th, expressions of ultimate success. The convictions within us were formed from words, and with words also convictions change, for the word has a strong influence. Successful people use a rich dictionary of strong, positive words that formed for them a strong emotion that affected their convictions and behavior. As for those who use a poor dictionary, they live a poor emotional life that negatively affected their lives. By just changing every dictionary, as usual, the words you use constantly to describe the emotions you feel in your life, you can change in an instant how you think, how you feel, how you live, which is called a transformational dictionary. And the essence of a transformational dictionary is that the words you it is sticking it to our experience that becomes our experience. So look for the words you use. Describe your negative feelings and write them down, then replace them with less intense words to break the bad emotional pattern you are used to, and replace words that rob you of power with words that give you strength. Engage a friend who helps you monitor your adherence to your transformative dictionary until you master the use of new words. Associate with figurative expressions. Life is sweet as a cherry. Life is hell. Both are figurative expressions, but what is the difference between them? Metaphors are a brief analogy way to understand things, so metaphorical expressions can enhance our power by expanding and enriching our experiences in life, only if we choose to adopt positive expressions that unleash our capabilities and convictions. But if we choose expressions that limit our capabilities and take away our power, then this will become a solid conviction. We build on a behavior negatively, and this is the difference between the two expressions, so choose your metaphorical expressions with intelligence, depth, and joy. 11.10 Strong emotions. There are 4 basic ways that people deal with emotions. First, avoidance. People avoid painful emotions, but a person cannot avoid strong emotions, and it is best to know how to find the hidden positive meaning in those feelings. Secondly, my nose is an attempt to deny the emotions a person feels and pretend to be the opposite. Third, competition is indulging in those emotions and exaggerating them until they get worse. Fourth, learning and use, which is the successful method, as it is not possible to escape from or deny emotions or make them control us, but rather we must understand them and use them to reach results that achieve a better quality of life. 12. Build a massive future. Giant goals produce giant incentives. Your goals carry you beyond the barriers that stand in your way and into the world of unlimited capabilities. Goals are the first step to transforming others, visible into what is visible, and this is the secret of success. If you fail to achieve your goals, you may mean achieving your true goals. So, we have to trust that our disappointments may in fact be opportunities that are still hidden from view. Just reflect on the significance of this failure. It is not only important that you have goals, but also the quality of life that you practice on the path to achieving these goals. It is also the focus of the mental attitude on this goal that makes this goal a priority for you. And his abuse of tremendous emotional intensity pushes you to achieve it, and your commitment to achieving your goals is what brings you more growth and success and helps others succeed, to feel complete happiness. The 13th of the 10-day mental challenge. If we want to achieve a new level of success, we must have a new level of thinking, so we can take a golden opportunity within 10 days. Starting immediately from this moment to control your mental and emotional powers and to decide now that you will not indulge in any negative or unproductive thought or emotion. Remembering not to ignore life's problems, but to put yourself in better emotional states of mind so that you don't just come up with solutions, but implement them using a dictionary, transformation, and catch-all metaphors that give you strength and direct your focus to the positive. The common oath of all successful people is that they stay focused, clear-sighted, and strong. Whatever problems he faces. Part 2 Control Style, Basic System, 14 Ultimate Power. Your basic system. Different people care about different things and they evaluate what happens in different ways on the basis of their own perspective, and what he has been accustomed to that controls your evaluation of things. 5 elements. First, the situation, mental and emotional. Secondly, the questions you ask. Thirdly, your goals and values, and the values at the top of your hierarchy. Fourthly, the overarching convictions about what must happen to us in order for us to feel that the requirements of our values have been met. Fifth, past experiences and references that shape our convictions or values. 15th, the values of life are your personal compass. The only way for a person to live a happy life is to live his life on the basis of his ideals and values. What happens is that many people know how to own things, but do not know what they want to be, so you find some people own many things, but live a miserable life because the values of these people are not clear. Knowing all the hierarchy of your values is crucial, because your highest values are what bring you happiness, and for your values to be clear, and to avoid the conflict of values within you, do the following. First, you must understand your current values in order to understand why you do what you do, what emotional positions you seek. Situations that you avoid. Write a list of your current values and arrange them according to their importance. Secondly, take a minute and think about the conscious decisions about the values that you want to live on the basis of, as this would change your values or the arrangement of your values, and thus change your life. 16 rules. If you are not happy, then here is the reason. If you build your life on the basis that your feeling of happiness depends on things that you cannot control, that is, an external source, then you will feel pain, and that your happiness depends on this matter. But let your happiness come from within you, regardless of the external circumstances. This is a basic rule that gives you strength. How do I know the rules that you abide by in your life? It robs you of power. First, if a rule is difficult to implement or meet its requirements, it robs you of power. Secondly, if whoever decides to put this rule into practice or not is something you do not control and cannot control, then this rule robs you of power. Thirdly, if the rule allows you so many infinities to feel good, hot to feel, and so many infinities to feel bad, it is a rule that robs you of power, and vice versa. The rules that give you power give you more ways to happiness, and you are the one who controls them and can implement them. If you must know your own rules, it is to explain them to others, and to understand and respect the rules of others. 17 references. Texture, life. Being subjected to many experiences in life gives us tremendous references, as the greater the number of our references, and the greater their quality, the greater the level of our potential choices. The greater number and greater quality of our references enables us to evaluate the meaning of things more effectively, and enables us to assess what we ought to do. However, what determines our convictions is not our references per se, but the way we understand these things and the way we organize and deal with them. What is strengthened by our references is what determines our convictions, and the wider our references, the wider our lives. Our experiences are references to faith, the reference to reading, the reference to the lives of successful people and leaders, the reference to our ideas, the reference to the ideas of others, and you can search for other references that give you new ways to a happy life. 18th, identity is a key to expansion. Identity is the convictions that you use to define yourself as an individual. It is what makes you unique from others, and our sense of certainty about what we are creates the boundaries and barriers that we live within. Who are you? Have you asked yourself this question? All descriptions that you describe yourself define who you are? And what is your identity? But remember, when you ask yourself a question like this, you have to consider the situation you're in. You must be relaxed, safe, and curious. Take a deep breath, start a journey of general exploration without fear or anxiety, and write down every answer that comes to my mind. Try more than once and more deeply. It may not be easy to find a description that knows your actual essence. Your answer must be based on deep thinking, as these descriptions will form your actual concept. For the truth of who you are, and the concept of all your capabilities, convictions, or values, and therefore it will shape a behavior in life, just as you must know that the identity of your friends affects your identity, so you must choose who to befriend. If you link your identity to changing things such as your age or appearance, then this will shape you a crisis in your identity. If you change these things, your concept of yourself will be shaken, but if you relate your concept of yourself to our affairs more broadly and deeply, life changes will not pose any threat or negative impact on your identity. Your identity, like life, evolves and expands, so take care of what develops your identity as you would like it to be. Then you have to make sure of the labels that you set for yourself, not limits that limit you, but rather reinforcements that you employ. To all that is virtuous within you. Part 3, The 7 Days of Shaping Your Life. Day 1, Emotional Destiny, the only true success, as there is no success without emotional success. The goal of today's exercise is to recognize your current emotional patterns and use new skills to secure your emotional destiny. The second day, Physical Fate. A prison for pain or a palace for pleasure. This exercise aims to strike a balance between taming your emotional system and your physical destiny, so that they produce the level of fitness and energy you desire, which will give you the strength needed for life. The third day is the fate of the relationships that are the subject of participation and care. The exercise aims to enhance the quality of your personal relationships in a clear and measurable manner, and deepen your emotional connections with those you care about, as success is worthless without the participation of others. Fourth day, Financial Destiny, small steps to obtain small or large wealth. Financial stress affects all people, albeit to varying degrees. There are many people who have internal conflicts in values and convictions, in addition to the weakness of their plans. Lead to financial failures. This exercise teaches you how to control your financial future by learning the 5 founding elements for creating wealth. First, the first key is the ability to collect more income than ever before, that is, the ability to create wealth, as the key to wealth is to crown yourself with more value, for every wealth begins with the mind. Secondly, the second key. It is to preserve your wealth by spending less than you earn and investing what you save. Thirdly, the third key is to increase your wealth by spending less than you earn, investing what you save, and reinvesting your earnings in order to achieve double growth. Fourthly, the fourth key is to preserve your wealth. Fifthly, the fifth key is to enjoy your wealth, not to make it a source of anxiety and tension, and remember that true wealth is an emotion, so you have to share it with others by making a small percentage to help others. Fifth day, Be Moral, the code of your behavior. You will not build higher values and rules that support these values, and asking specific questions has no meaning, without committing to living these values and making them a constitution for your life. So you are the one who decides what is inside you, and if you commit to being great inside you, then what will come out to people is nothing but what is inside you, which is your best today. Sixth, Control your time and your life. This exercise teaches you how to use your time for your benefit, rather than allowing time to control the level of satisfaction or tension you feel. There are 3 time-saving tips you should apply. First, the ability to reshape time. Your sense of time. Secondly, the importance of the topic accomplished at this time. Third, shorten years of your life by learning from the experiences of others. Day 7, rest and games. The aim of the exercise is to achieve some balance. So, after tiredness and effort, you must give yourself a day off to have fun, to take you out of your focus temporarily, and to renew your activity. The 4th part is a lesson in destiny, the greatest challenge. What can one person do? Finding a sense of helplessness is the main barrier that prevents one from changing one's lifestyle or from helping others. Every person has the gigantic power needed to change, if he is really interested in that. There are many people who did not discover their heroic nature only when he faced a basic difficulty that could reach the point of threatening life, and he did not find another option. So when you find yourself in a difficult situation, decide to take a distinct position in that situation, in line with your higher convictions. A hero is someone who shows the courage to contribute something unique, no matter how harsh the circumstances. He demands more of himself than others can expect. He defies the odds to do what he believes is the right thing. Despite all fears, if you stick to belief, it requires a change of situation. You must find the necessary inner strength to follow through and change, search for solutions, and take positions and decisions that support these convictions. The writer lists social and environmental issues that you can contribute to and help if you devote some of your time. So this makes a difference in life. In A Wave with You and Yourself, awareness campaigns against smoking. Distributing books to patients, contributing to the recycling of paper and plastic waste, etc., beautifying homes and gardens, taking care of remote areas, volunteering in orphanages. Remember that if you act like a giant, people will remember you as a giant.